Keith, I don't know how in the world you like it out here so much. It is so cold out here, guys. It's like 42 degrees. I'm making, guys, the mother of all bird baths. I have a lot more stone to bring down, guys. I want to make that at least 4 feet high. Is he coming up here? No. Okay. And then we're going to build this right where this joint is. So it's going to come like that, go down, and it's going to be 4 feet high. Then I'm going to make the inside concrete about 1 inch, maybe an inch and a half thick. And we're going to make it kind of like a pan to hold the water. He's still going around. He's probably just testing his siren. Okay, so we got our Motkins Double XL cargo carrier on. So I got a set of chains on it. Safety chains. I got a net for that too, guys. I got a cargo net. I put on conchos on top of the saddlebags. I don't know if you guys notice. That's a little different from the last time. These ones here. I figured, you know, the tops of the bags needed some conchos on them, so that looks pretty cool. You notice how dusty it is too? It's dusty for a reason, guys, because it's been raining for the past 3 weeks, and right now it's like 42 degrees outside. I put a new controller in that. That's got a new controller because the old one was flashing an 08 and an 06 code. But you know, it's funny because it didn't interfere with the speed at all. So so far I don't have a code popping up on that. But I will tell you what does happen with that new controller is with your pedal assist settings. If you go into information into your readout screen and you can see all the settings there. It has like 1, 3, 5, 0 to 5, 0 to 9. You can't adjust it anymore. It only goes 1, 2, 3, but the speed is still there. 1 being the slowest, 2 medium, 3 being the fastest. That's all I can have that set on now is the 1, 2, 3 setting. But it doesn't, you know, the speed's still there. It doesn't interfere with the speed at all. So you know what, guys, I can live with that. Okay. I'm easy to satisfy. I can live with that as long as if that code 8 doesn't pop up anymore, I'm cool with that. I took that already a couple miles. No codes pop up with a couple miles. So, you know, I originally I bought the thing to be able to come back from when I dropped the vehicle off for inspection. You know, that's really because I mean there's all hills around here. If you guys don't live around here, you don't know what it's like, man. There's all hills here, and some of them are pretty steep hills. It's real hard to walk up these hills. You know, you got to drop the car because I don't have anyone to drive me back. You got to drop the car off, walk back home. It's a 2-mile walk. Then when he's done, you got to walk back down. So at least with the e-bike, you know, throw the e-bike on the carrier. I have a little ramp that rides the e-bike up on the carrier, tie it down. That's why I bought that Motkins XL cargo carrier. You know, that thing's 4x6. That's one of the biggest cargo. Matter of fact, I think that is the biggest one you can buy. Oh, listen to this. That came off on me the other day on the way to work. Okay. I had a few things I wanted to throw away at work. So I'm gonna be all slick, you know, with my big cargo carrier and my big off-road Jeep. So I put there was a recliner we threw out. I put half of the recliner on there with some bags of debris from around the house, not garbage, but you know, like old rugs, stuff like that. And I bungee corded all of them down. So I come off my street, I make a left, I'm going down a main drag about a quarter mile. I hear I look out of my mirror and I see all these sparks in back of me. I'm like, what could have caused that? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, oh no, you didn't. It's 11 o'clock. I started at 11:30 at work. I'm like, oh my God, what a time for this to happen. Here, what I did, I never put that peg in the hole of the cargo carrier. I thought I did. You know, that little bar that has that pin that locks it in place. I thought I put that in the hole, but I didn't. I rode around, guys, for 10 days with that cargo carrier not attached in the hole, and it never came off. Thank God it never came off in traffic. Thank God it happened at night. There was nobody behind me. So I pulled in front of the Hickey. It was actually in the oncoming lane. All people are all beeping at me and giving me the high beams. Go off the road! I'm hearing. So I'm taking the bungee cords off. I'm throwing the bags in the Jeep as fast as I can. Then the cargo carrier weighs like 200 pounds, you know, and I have a bad back as it is. So I lifted the thing up and I was able to put it in the Jeep with the rear door open. I turn around and I come back up in my house. I drop the cargo carrier off. I leave the bags in the Jeep because I have to get rid of them. And I still made it on time for work. So that's one reason why I have the safety chain on there. I mean, I got it in the hole now. I made sure that I put it in the hole. But you know, I thought to myself after that happened, the thing is so big and it can hold so much stuff on there. A safety chain's a good thing to have on that. I got this real big. It's a 4x6 cargo net for when we go on vacation. I can put that over there, so that's good. And let me see, what else can I tell you guys? Oh yeah, I pulled the muscle in my shoulder. I also messed my back up again. My back's killing me. I can't even take the e-bike. I can't even ride the e-bike right now. That's how bad my back hurts, guys. I constantly have pain shooting in my back, even right now as I sit. I actually feel back pain right now as I sit. So I did lose a little bit of weight. I lost probably about maybe a couple pounds, maybe 5 pounds, because I'm starting to cut back a little bit because that's half my problem is I'm too heavy. My body can't handle the weight anymore. I have to lose weight. If I expect to work another 4 more years, I have to lose weight, or I'm not going to make it. Guys, I don't know how we're going to move, man. I don't know how on earth we're going to move. There is some homes up in Forest County for like 79,000, 120,000, 150,000, but they need so much work on them. And I think that's what we're going to have to sell for. We're going to have to, because by the time I move, I am not going to be able to do much. I am not going to be able to do much. We're going to just have to live in a busted up house. And I guess that's the way it's going to be for us. and this one here, we're going to sell this one. And the reason why I'm picking Forest County is that is the lowest priced area I could find. If you're on a real tight budget, guys, you can't live in the city. Okay, you're not going to make it. You're going to have to settle for the country. You're going to have to move to a rural location. And some of you don't like that. Okay, you were probably born in a city like I was, and you would rather be homeless than move in the country. That's probably the way you feel. And you got to washing ideas out of your head. Okay, you got to let those ideas leak out of your ears, man. If you're on a really tight budget, if you don't have much money, or if you're broke and you're thinking of moving, you're going to have to be okay with moving out into the woods or country, deep country, the severe country where you're not going to see nobody. You're going to have to be okay with that, because that's the way it is right now. Everything's expensive and it's getting worse. It's going to get worse. You're going to have to be okay with that, or you are not going to have a roof over your head. It's messed up. You're going to look out your window, you're not going to see nobody. It's messed up. That's the way it is. I turn to animals, guys, because I like animals more than people, because I was introduced to bigotry, racism, and fear my very first day of kindergarten. Okay? And I went through every day of my grade school being tormented, tortured, and I grew up to see the hate people have, and that's why I turned to dogs. I love my dogs. I treat my dogs probably better than anybody. My dogs don't have collars. They have harnesses. They're never on a chain. Never. The food I give my dog Kita, my Siberian Husky, is extreme. I don't give her dog food, because dog food has glycol in it. Is what they put in antifreeze. They put glycol in dog food because it's sweet. Very small amounts. They're legal amounts, but it's also poison. Okay. I give my dog chicken breast, boiled chicken breast. Sometimes I fry her chicken. I give her vegetables. I actually bought a meat grinder to mix the meat with vegetables. That way she can have a balanced diet. So yeah, I hurt my back again. It's starting to get a little bit better. You guys seen all those stones? I probably did it moving those stones, because some of those stones are like 100 pounds, and I got a lot more I got to bring down there too. What I have is I have a riding tractor with that little trailer, and I ride that in my backyard. I load the trailer up with stones, and then there's like a little string. You pull a string on the trailer, and the dump goes up, and it dumps the stones out. But that has to be at least 4 feet high. Okay, I might be able to get with 3 feet high, but that's there's a lot more stones I got to bring in there. Then we're gonna make the middle like that. We're gonna make it inset like that. We're gonna concrete it. I got 20 bags of concrete, and then we're gonna fill it up with water for the birds. That'll add curb appeal to the house too. You can put like some fake flowers in there. I can cement seashells like around the rim of it. I have a couple little iron things I made. So these little crazy figures I made out of iron. I've set them all over the place in there, and it'll look cool like that. That'll look good. Memorial Day weekend, guys. Happy Memorial Day. And yeah, it's like 42 degrees here. And on top, I pulled the muscle in my shoulder. I hurt my back. On top of that, I'm feeling just a little sick. So I'm not going to go out at all on the bike this weekend because, first of all, it's not going to warm up at all. It's rained here probably since we lost power. It's rained almost every single day. Matter of fact, I think it has rained every day since we lost power. And it's cold as heck. It's like it goes down to 40 at night, maybe 38 at night, and it might reach 50 degrees today. And it's going to be like that for the next 3-4 days. Yeah. That's the kind of weather you got around here. I did buy tires for the Jeep. I bought these, they're real aggressive tread look of snow tires. They're on the way. Because the tires I have on there now, they're 3/32 of an inch, which that's real low. My inspection due in December, so you figure, do the math. By the time December, there's 3/32 of an inch on there now. You need minimum 2/32 of an inch to pass state inspection for your tires. There, by the time I go down to the beach with that, and by the time December comes rolling around, guys, those tires are going to be a lot lower. They're going to be below 2/32 of an inch, and they're not going to pass. So I saw these tires. They're on sale for them for $775. They're 265 70s. Yeah, 265 70s for the 17-inch rim I got. That's what that takes. Standard, I think the standard for that is 255 75 17. But since that's a Rubicon Hard Rock, that comes with a 265 70 17. And that's what we bought for that. Real aggressive lug looking tread. It should be real good in the snow. Real good in the snow. One nice thing, guys, about a Jeep, man, is when you buy a Jeep, you do not have to worry about what the weather's going to do come winter. I mean, as long as it's not real crazy amounts like 2 or 3 feet, you know. Matter of fact, they could probably go in that too, but maybe not as fast. It might take you a while to get to work in 2 feet of snow, because I have gone in deep snow with a Jeep. I've gone in 16 inches with my that was my 97 I had. 16, it might have even been a little bit more. They go like, man, like it's not, like the snow's not even there. Oh my God. My poor Harley, man. My poor Harley. He's sitting here. Look at this beautiful bike, guys. Hey guys, listen, man. If you want to buy a motorcycle in real good shape, all you got to do is come to the Northeast. Because all the dudes' motorcycles are sitting in the garage like this one. Selling all my guns except for the shotguns, guys. I'm thinking very seriously doing that, man. I mean, I could use the money. I could pay down some bills, and that's what I'm thinking of doing. I'm thinking of selling everything except for the shotguns. And I was looking at a Mossberg 590 retrograde. I might buy one of those. And then I'll have 3 12 gauge pumps. That's all you need to protect your home, guys. Is a pump, a 12 gauge pump, man. That's all you need. That's all you need. So I mean, it's an idea. That's an idea I'm throwing around in my head. More than likely, I'm gonna probably do that because I mean I don't have time, guys, to go shooting. I cannot make time to do that.